So this webinar is regarding the designing safe interiors. So now in this COVID situation and post this, how will it impact the interiors that we are going to see? First, I'll introduce myself. I'm architect Trisha Patel. I'm a bachelor in architecture and an Indian Green Building Council accredited professional. I'm a Vastu expert having 12 years of professional experience. We'll move ahead. How does good designing help in keeping our interior safe and healthy? Now, this is the crux of the whole webinar, and we'll be seeing that. So, what is the design process that we follow? First is observation. We observe people and their behavior patterns for whom we are designing any structure architecturally or for interior design. Then we analyze the challenges and the opportunity that is presented during the design process, and we design as per the future possibility to overcome these challenges and execute the best possible solution. So in today's scenario, the most biggest challenge right now is protecting ourselves and safety as well as psychology. So as per Maslow, a renowned psychologist, he had proposed this pyramid, which is known as Maslow's pyramid, in which he proposed the theory that once the physiological and the psychological needs of any human being are met, then he can achieve self-fulfillment. He can work up to his full potential only once his psychological and the physiological needs are met. Would request all the participants to please mute themselves. So his hierarchy is a visual representation of the theory put forth in a theory of human motivation. So how do we achieve it? With the help of architecture and interior design. The most important design challenges today are safety and psychology. Like in these past 4 months, we have seen that this pandemic has affected us not only physically but also emotionally. So, with the help of interiors, how do we overcome these challenges? That we will see. Now, architecture was basically, even from olden times, from Stone Age, we have been building homes, caves, etc., in order to protect ourselves from the external environment and external factors. So that has evolved around a period of time. For this, right now, facing this pandemic, how are the diseases transmitted that we are going to see? The methods of disease transmission basically are person to person through droplets, through oral, airborne, fomites, and insect bites. Insect bites are mostly vector transmission, airborne and waterborne. That is what we say. So how do we overcome these challenges with the help of design? So here I'm proposing some of the design solutions which are very relevant in today's age. So the first, in order to for airborne diseases and from person to person transmission, the protective solutions are as follows, which are modular solutions, the modular partitions, screen guards, and sneeze guards, which are available in the market today. Even during working in the offices and corporates, we can use these kind of partitions so that even while sneezing or any airborne, to protect each other from this kind of transmission. And in the reception areas, the offices, sneeze guards will be very much helpful because it will protect the employees, the receptionists from the coming customers. The other design solutions which we can use in home as well as offices are touchless fixtures. The modern technology that we have, the touchless fixtures in sanitary as well as electrical. There are taps, there are faucets which can be used in the kitchen, which do not require touching. They are motion sensor based. So these kind of applications, and even in WC and other sanitary fixtures, we have these motion sensors which can detect our motion and can work accordingly. So we can use these kind of touchless fixtures in our interiors. Also, the motion sensors, which are very much common nowadays, can be used in the common areas of our building and offices so that we minimize contact on surfaces. The other solution are mud rooms. Now, mud rooms are entrance foyers. Just as we enter the house, there is a space which is designated where we can keep our shoes, our raincoats, all the accessories which we do not want to take inside. So right now, this is very relevant where we can sanitize ourselves. We can also have a basin attached to such rooms now so that we can sanitize ourselves before we enter our house. So that becomes like a protective space, a buffer between the outside and the inside of a house or a commercial space. So, and offices. So mudrooms are very much essential now. Another are open areas. Open areas in houses, offices, etc. will help provide us natural air ventilation and also breakout spaces for the residents. The other solutions are home automation, which is coming up nowadays. So in home automation, it can be controlled through screens and our mobile phones and watches. So this also reduces the contact of a human surface and surface touch and contacts, and it is very user friendly as well. So also the use of stairs. Now use of stairs is a very relevant method here because obviously for the elderly we can say that that is not an option, but at least for people who can use physical the stairs, it is very much it will be very much useful, and it will reduce the lift usage in any commercial space so that we are maintaining social distance as well. Now the other method of disease transmission is vector-borne diseases. So here in India, we generally use mosquito nets and pigeon nets. Also, there are insect repellent candles, incense sticks, which are there in the market. And third is insect repellent plants. So now here you can see there are many plants uh, which are used as insect repellents. You can get the information from the net as well, and there are many websites and places from where you can get these plants. So, for example, basil, mint, etc., very common in our areas. So, these are very helpful in repelling any insects or plants in our house or in our architectural spaces. The other form of transmission is through fomites. Now, fomites are inanimate objects in spaces and surfaces through which the disease are transmitted. And in this coronavirus pandemics, we are taking special care of these fomites. So, simple use of surface cleaning, designing the surfaces which are very easy to clean, and also we should avoid during doing any interior projects, we should avoid very intricate and curvy details. So such kind of details which make it very difficult to clean and also collects dust, etc. So go for plain designs, easy to clean surfaces now. That is what is the go-to interior designing which will happen, which we can predict in the future now. Also, here is the list of surfaces as per COVID, WHO has released, wherein plastic, stainless surfaces take 3 to 7 days. Copper, paper, copper takes the minimum, which is up to 4 hours. Paper up to 4 days. Even glass is up to 4 days. Cardboards are up to 24 hours, and wood up to 2 days. So these days and this duration is what the coronavirus stays on these surfaces for this kind of duration. So if you see the porous and the non-porous surfaces, so on the non-porous surfaces, the lasting of coronavirus is more. So that is why we keep on insisting on sanitizing these kind of surfaces, like countertops, doorknobs, etc. Any questions? If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. Hope there is no distraction. Mr. Shiv has said that there is distraction in sound. Are you all able to hear me clearly?
Yes, we all are, at least me, at least able to hear clearly. There is no voice or distraction in between. Trisha, are you hearing me? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead.
Yeah, please.
So regarding porous and non-porous surfaces, uh, we have generally seen the common idea is that non-porous surfaces are better to clean and are more safer. But an Australian research, a recent research has said that any non-porous, the porous surfaces are more safer because they are very rough, and the infections or the virus particles which stay on these surfaces are very less. Like you've seen here, the cardboard, it takes only 24 hours, but steel and plastic take 3 to 7 days. Now, steel and plastic are non-porous surfaces, and wood and cardboard, etc., are all porous, and fabrics, you can say. So the any virus or bacteria, once it gets in contact with any surface, its life starts getting deteriorating. It's only a matter of time. So on, as you can see in this picture, on the non-porous surfaces, they are always on the top. But in the porous surfaces, because they percolate in, there is less contact of human skin, and the effect on us is lesser as compared to the non-porous surfaces. So we should be very careful of cleaning the non-porous surfaces like steel, glass, etc. And also like the cardboard and wood also we have to take care, but those are relatively safer in today's time. Phones. Now that is the most used surface object right now. And the thing is, we carry our phone to all of the spaces right now. Our phones are always within our hands, and many of us keep us even when we eat, even when we go to the loo, etc. So they carry with them all the viruses and bacteria of wherever they go. So we should be very, very careful with the phones, and as we disinfect our hands regularly and ourselves regularly, we should always take care to disinfect our phones as well. Also, regarding the green products that are available in the market, I am an IGBC approved consultant, and would surely recommend using green products. Now, green products are the products which are very sustainable and user friendly, and also these products have a very minimum impact on the environment. So products like paints, what we use in the interiors mostly are paints, laminates, plywood, wood, cladding products, and fabrics. So all of these, you should always look for the green mark on such products so that they are healthy to use. Now, in the market, I have recently seen these products, which companies they have come up with very safe products. Like Greenply has come up with Breathe Easy Ply, wherein it is safer for
Ready.
your child. It has zero emissions. It has low VOC content, and also the laminates which are coming up now in the market, because that is the current need. They also have low VOC emissions and are certified, and they have very good they emit very good indoor air quality. Now, what is VOC? VOC is volatile organic compounds. So these volatile organic compounds are present in many interior products. So these have a negative effect on our health. With the help of we get lung diseases and breathing problems because of such products. You must have noticed when you have painted your house. Uh, you have recently painted your house. You get itching in the eyes, etc. So that is all due to the VOC content which is present in these materials. So we should also always go for low VOC content material. That is very essential to check. So that is why we need to educate ourselves whenever we do our interiors, so that it is healthy for us and our future generations as well. Natural air and ventilation. Now, while designing a new house and also the existing one, right now we have observed that mostly people tend to, even when they are staying in the houses and they have good natural air, light, windows, etc., they tend to keep it shut and keep the mechanical ventilation on. Now, that is not at all recommended health wise. We should always keep our windows and curtains open, bring in natural air and ventilation into the house, so that the entire air circulation in the house gets proper. So that also reduces our health risk. And being in mechanically ventilated spaces where not even mandatory, that has an effect on our health. So we should always design for natural air and ventilation in our new construction, and also in the existing one, as much as possible during the daytime, keep your windows and doors open. This increases your productivity by many folds. Even natural light should come in into the house regularly during different times of the day. They have very many advantages. Even if you check our culture like Ayurveda and all, even there they say that natural sunlight is very essential for human health and productivity. Now we've gone with the safety measures which are essential for the humans. Now we'll touch the psychological aspect. Up till now, any queries?
No, Trisha. Doing good.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Shiv has asked that from the user point of view, it is very hazardous to disinfect surfaces on a daily basis. And of course, surfaces or fixtures we are using till now are built to bear daily, are not built to bear daily sanitization with chemicals. What do you think? Yes, that is true, Mr. Shiv. But we are getting nowadays safe disinfectants as well. And on these surfaces, that is why we should go for touchless. Like I've already mentioned, uh, as much as we go for touchless products and fittings, it will be helpful from the safety point of view. We even get kitchen faucets and bathroom taps, vagera, etc., which are touchless nowadays. So I'll go ahead if no more questions. Now, psychology. Uh, I have met many doctors and psychologists in these past 2 months, and they all have said that this COVID has had a very huge emotional and a psychological impact on many people. They have gone through, because obviously because of physical reasons, because of financial reasons, etc., and also work from home, which is a new concept. It's not for everybody. Like now, Initially, only few people, a very few percentage of people were working from home, and now mostly the majority of the population had to do it. So to adapt to that working conditions, working on your own, the housework, the office work, etc., handling everything has taken a toll on the health of people. So, how interiors can help you to overcome such challenges? What do you consider in your house decor which has a positive psychological impact and helps reduce stress? One is the interior layouts, the colors, lighting, and the music and decor items are the items which boost your productivity. Colors is a separate topic which I've already taken in the past webinar. You can always go back and use that link to see how the colors have a important play an important role in your interiors and your psychology. In interiors, now the new norm will be to go minimalistic. Like if you see the earlier versus the minimalistic, the lesser surface, the lesser objects that you have in your interiors, the more easy it is to clean and less hassle. So now having too much clutter, too much decor items in the house is not going to work, because the more surfaces, the more items, the more cleanliness we have to keep. And in India, especially, the dust collection is a very big task, and it happens in almost all of the cities. So, to avoid that, we should go for plain surfaces and keeping the furniture as minimum as possible. Even the decor items, etc., which are there, uh, try selecting items which are one or two items or minimum items, and which are easy to clean. So we have to take care even in the interiors, new interiors and the existing one also. You should check. Okay, is this thing required? Now we haven't. Many people have a habit of collecting souvenirs and things from all over the world and then setting it up in their houses. That's very beautiful. It looks very classy. But right now in this current situation, the lesser surfaces and the lesser items we have in the house, the more healthy we are gonna be. Next is music and aromatherapy. Sense. So music has is a stress buster for all, that we all will agree. So having light music, listening to music, and having plants, having water faucets and waterfalls, small waterfalls in the house, which give a very pleasant aura into the house. That is very much recommended, as it de-stresses you. And also scents, like having diffusers or candles in the house will give a almost very positive aura into the house. That boosts your productivity three times. And also in the interiors, the decor items, keep it minimum, but keep it mindfully. Like family photos and paintings into the house, they are stress busters. Having photos of good times, happy times of a family, and making a photo wall into the house of such items give a very positive boost, not only to the adults but also to the children of the house, because that creates a feeling of bonding, etc., which is very much essential nowadays. And also paintings are obviously as per the taste of the individual, but having paintings in living areas or the areas that we occupy the most um, has a very positive impact on our subconscious. So we do recommend having such decor items into the house. Lighting. Now, layered lighting plays a very important role in a house. Like dark surfaces, if you see a dark room versus a very well lit room, it has a very positive and a fresh impact on the mind. Nobody likes to go into a uh, gloomy room or a gloomy place. You should have lighting designed properly as per the lumens required, Obviously, natural sunlight and daylight are should be there, but in the places where you don't have natural light possible, do lighting plan which will help you to be more productive. Now plants. We have seen plants earlier also, which were insect repellent. Now we have air purifying plants. People who are very much interested in gardening, etc., would be knowing this. Plants help in cheering up any space, be it indoors, outdoors, etc. And it also helps in maintaining good oxygen levels in home. So spider plants, peace lily, bamboo palm, etc. are some of the plants which help give maximum oxygen, and we should have such kind of plants spread up into our spaces in the interiors of the house, as well as if you have outdoor. Now urban farming is a trend which is picking up because it soothes, it is emotionally calming and also has a very positive impact on your subconscious mind. So many people are going for urban planning in their terraces if they have outdoor space available there. So everybody wants to soothe themselves, and planting and art. You must have seen recently also in the social media posts, etc. Art and gardening are the things that people have taken help of during this pandemic. So everybody is like, I am doing this art activity, I'm doing this painting, people are showing off their plants and gardening, etc. This is what is keeping everybody safe. So having such kind of things around us will help us being emotionally positive. Now in the interiors, now what do we do with the existing interiors that we have in the house? We should relook at the house interiors and design as per the current need. Like if maximum people in the house are there in the living room, we should relook at, do you need more space in the living room? Do you need more furniture, less furniture, etc. Also, how can we reuse our existing furniture pieces? Like you must be having a dining table or a study table which you are not using that much, but now because of work from home, study from home, you can use that as a study table or a work table. So just shifting the existing furniture in the house as per the current need is what we should do right now, and declutter the house as much as possible. A shelf which were, crockery shelf, toy shelves. I've seen people having toy shelves which are not touched in years, and they have the toys put there. Those are nothing but dust collecting centers. So we should relook at such spaces and how to take maximum benefit of them right now. That is the thing we should do. Convertible furniture. Nowadays, we are coming up
Tisha,
with.
Tisha, I have a question. Can I ask now?
Yes, yes, please do.
Tisha, sorry to interrupt first. See, जो लास्ट स्लाइड अपना चल रहा था ना त्रिशा, तो उसमें जस्ट मुझे आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन दैट कि जो स्टडी टेबल है या डाइनिंग टेबल है, तो उसके लिए जो मतलब अभी मैक्सिमम बच्चे इस पे ही घर पे ही स्टडी कर रहे हैं या ऑनलाइन स्कूल क्लास या ऑफिसेस अटेंड कर रहे हैं एवरीबडी, तो जो चेयर होना चाहिए जिसमें पोस्चर अपना अच्छा रहे, बिकॉज वी आर सिटिंग लॉन्ग टाइम, हाँ, जैसे बच्चे हैं या हम लोग ऑफिस का काम करते हैं, बट तो जैसे हम लोग लॉन्ग टाइम बैठ रहे हैं और अपना पोस्चर अच्छा होना चाहिए, तो विच चेयर यू कैन लाइक सजेस्ट अस कि क्या पोस्चर के लिए कैसा प्लास्टिक चेयर, वुडन चेयर, और उसका ऐसा कुछ सजेस्ट कर सकते हो क्या?
There are
सॉरी,
ergonomic furniture which is coming up in the market, which is already available in the market. So,
विच फर्नीचर?
children also and also adults are
ओके,
using are sitting on the bed and sitting on the laptop and working from there. Even children just sit on the floor or the sofa and they start attending their sessions. So that is not at all what is recommended. You should
राइट,
have ergonomic furniture in the house. So invest in minimum but good quality furniture. Like chairs, ergonomic chairs and tables are very much essential in today's times. So I'm coming to that point, Leena. I hope Leena is the one who was asked, right? Hello?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I'm
Trisha.
coming to that point in
Yeah,
my next. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, Trisha, and sorry to interrupt.
No, no, thanks. Thanks. If anyone has any more questions, please do let me know. You can write those questions on the chat box, and we'll take a question answer session at the last. Now, this is the convertible furniture. Now, many people who are staying in bungalows or maybe in the flats, like in Bombay, etc., you have space constraints. So, we should look at investing in furniture which is convertible and has multi utility as well. Like you can see an example given here. This can be used as a blackboard or a photo frame as well. And when it opens up, it becomes a study table for children or a work table for adults. So there are many options. Even I have such options available at my firm, which we have come up with multi-utility and compact and convertible furniture. So you should invest in such kind of furniture which takes up minimum space and gives you multi-utility. Like even when you are, I think work from home will be the new norm for like coming years. But even if you think that you start moving to the office, etc., in upcoming 6 months or so, this can be used as a breakfast table. This can be used as a study table for children. So invest in something which is compact, easy to clean, and convertible. Designing home office. Now, Leena, here I'll be answering your questions. So, human ergonomics is very essential in especially in work from home situation. Even when you are in the kitchen, etc., kitchen table, the human ergonomics are the basic criteria that have to be adhered to. That is why you hire an interior designer or an architect who has gone through all these kinds of studies. So especially in home offices, what we have to look at is having a comfortable chair, first of all. And secondly, is the level at which you are keeping your laptop or your work desk, etc. As in, if you have a desktop, that is fine. If you have a laptop, but that should be at the eye level. The top of the laptop should be at the eye level. That is the ideal norm. And even when you're sitting, your hand should be at the right angle position of the table. So the level of the chair has to be such, or the table has to be such, wherein you are comfortable. Now, with ladies, especially, there is a problem in offices, etc., where the legs are hanging. Like that is why they have swelling in the legs, etc., and they're not very comfortable while sitting. So they should always take care of having a footrest when they are working in the offices, so that the feet is properly rested, and also the hand should be at a right angle position, and you should have a proper support at the back. Otherwise, even right now, doctors, many people are complaining of aches and pains because of sitting on the bed and working, sitting on the sofa and working for long hours, even children. So please take care of, at least you should be having a dining table or one platform study table that you can make in the house. Make that table as a study table or a workstation, but have a proper chair, so that whenever you sit, first of all, it increases your concentration and productivity, and second, it will take care of your body and ergonomics, so that you don't have to go to a, a, a doctor in future. And also nowadays, standing workstations are very much in trend. So I would specially recommend standing workstations, because you can move around. Um, there is no problem of the posture. You can have a correct posture and stand and work if your working style is limited. So this you have to take a call. You even get adjustable tables nowadays, wherein even if you want to sit, you can sit and work, and if you want to stand, you can stand and work by adjusting the levels. Any questions till now?
No, you can go ahead, Trisha.
Yeah. So now This is just a idea. Whatever we have learned in this entire presentation, you have to use that in even in your interiors and also in your work from home setup. Now, if you are having proper space in your house and it's a huge house, we would recommend of having a dedicated home office so that there is less of distraction and you can have a proper chair and a table to sit and uh, do its decor do its decor in a way which will help you be more productive. Even the temperature of that area, natural air, light, ventilation has to be taken care of. Keep plants that soothe you. Keep family photos in your on your desk. Not much, but yes, that also gives a good. It has a good psychological effect. Having a painting, a photo frame, a planter on your desk. Keep your desk clean as possible and have minimum items on it, but the items which are useful. Even have proper storage besides your desk, like you have in offices, so that you can stack your files and folders, etc. Uh, Keep your laptop or computer at a level which is comfortable to you. There are noise cancelling headphones, etc., which are available in the market. Sorry, that helps in concentration and paintings and the chair which is there. The chair, you can adjust that as per the your own ergonomics. And here you can see here the right angle which is used for the hands. That is very much essential. Here he does not need a footrest, but if at all you think you should have a footrest as well. Plants boost your creativity by as much as 15%. And the distance between the monitor and your eyes should be at least 20 to 40 inches. The chair and all, natural light, air and ventilation is very much important. Please would recommend everybody to minimize the mechanical ventilation AC as much as possible. Use energy efficient designing wherever possible. I think this is it for this seminar. I'll be coming up with renewable energy seminar in the next month, wherein I will give you the importance of renewable use of renewable energy and its practical implications in today's world, like solar, water, rainwater harvesting, etc., and also energy efficiency. How we can minimize our electricity bills by using these kind of renewable energies. So that seminar would be my next. And now we are open to questions. So if anybody has any questions, please go ahead. I hope this was useful to you.
Hello, Trisha. This is Leena here.
Okay. Shiv has a question.
Trisha, Leena here.
Yeah, Tina,
Yeah. So far, I am not having any question, but your session was very knowledgeable, and really thank you for this. Uh, just what I wanted to say that I have no questions, and it is very knowledgeable.
Tina, you're not audible. There's some noise coming in the background.
So I am saying, am I audible, Trisha?
Yes, tell me.
So I am saying that I have no question, but this whole webinar, the knowledge was so knowledgeable. Actually, the seminar is knowledgeable.
Okay, thank you very much, Tina. Thank you.
Thank you, Trisha. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. It's a really wonderful session. I just want you to go back to the slide of, if you can, about the ply or sunmica which you used. Like, I just,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll continue.
so that like for future, if
So actually, many laminate and ply companies are coming with this now. It's
yep.
not just this company, but I just found this They
Okay.
have sent it to me. So
Okay.
that's why I've posted it here. But
Okay.
Greenland are the laminates, are the
Okay.
people who have started their antibacterial laminates with low VOC emissions, etc. Even
Mm-hmm.
the ply is low VOC content and all zero emission. So these are the companies. Even Asian Paints has come up with antibacterial paints, etc. I am sure there must be many more. Even
Okay.
BioCoat is a additive which is worldwide recognized. That additive is used in many materials and coatings, even in fabrics, etc. That help us to make those surfaces antibacterial.
Mm-hmm.
So there are many products in the market, but now I think because we are conscious and this is a necessity. They say humans adapt. That is our most basic what you will say advantage that we have over other animals, that we adapt easily to the environment. So this is what is the current need to adapt, and I'm sure many people will be coming up with such products in the market. So I'm always there. My website is www.architecttrishapatel.com. You can visit there and see my website. My Facebook page is already by the name of Architect Trisha Patel. If you have any queries, please feel free to contact me over there.
Yeah, Trisha, there is a query from Archana. Can
Okay.
we give the tip for the buildings or residents that don't get sufficient sunlight?
Yes, Archana. Um, uh, the buildings which don't get sufficient sunlight, etc., we generally infuse lighting with the help of many design elements like sunroofs, etc. From where and we give cutouts and open spaces in the center, wherein you can get natural sunlight as much as possible. That is a design element that we integrate during the design stage. But wherever it is just not possible to have sufficient air, light, and ventilation, even in mechanical ventilation, we suggest having lights like using LED lights, which are more efficient. And even in air ACs and ducts, etc., we recommend of having air purifiers fit so that we get healthy air circulation inside. I hope, Rachna, your question was answered. Any more queries? Touchless or home automation is not viable as budget is concerned for every class of client. What are some preliminary aspects of designing which can be beneficial for clients with mid-end budget? So here, Shiv, I've already spoken about the basics of designing that should happen in each and every house. That is getting good air ventilation, good sunlight, encourage use of stairs, have spaces wherein uh, even the surfaces I have covered. And while designing, take care that you have these breakout spaces, open spaces in the house, and also once you enter, there has to be a buffer zone. Right now, that is the most basic and necessary element in any house, I will say, to have an entrance foyer or a buffer zone in each and every house. So that once anybody enters, even when the corona stops going from now, there's someone scribbling on the screen. Okay. So even when this corona is hopefully gone in 6 months' time or a year's time, it is always good if a person comes into the house and he sanitizes himself, or there is that break in between before comes into the house. So that in a way purifies uh, and filters the bacteria coming inside. So these are the basic things that you can go for. And I think even these home automation things and touchless have the prices have come down a lot. You can get in touch with me if you want any mid-budget items or efficient items to be taken use of, etc. Any more questions? Can we give tips for building? That is done. I wish to give more emphasis on getting rid of termites. So you get termite proof. I always recommend having basic pest controlling done during the construction stage and also once after the whole construction is finished, so that it is long lasting. In many commercial setups or the interiors that I have done, many places have that norm, a compulsion that you have to do a pest control once during the construction stage and once after everything is finished. So that we should apply even in the residential projects, etc. But because of the financial constraints, maybe people try avoiding it. But I think that should not be done. Okay. Yeah, Sharan, I would definitely love to design your work table. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot. If you have any queries, please get in touch with me on my Facebook page.